My name is Beth Hiley here for Board Game Geek TV at Gen Con 2013. I'm sitting down with Luke Warren of North Star Games.
Hi everybody, how you doing?
And you've brought us clubs, which I saw you had a huge banner at your booth across the way. If you like hearts and spades, you'll love clubs. I was walking by with my husband, who's also been on camera a couple times, and I said, you'll love clubs. He said, why? I said, the sign told me so, because he indeed loves hearts and spades.
Indeed, people have come by and like, I love spades, tell me about clubs. So apparently it works as a tagline.
All right, well, in this lovely little box here, why don't you just crack it open? What are we,
All right.
What are we looking at with clubs? Which, as I see it right on the front here, 2 to 6,
yes.
30 minutes. Details people like
Very
to know.
much. This is our rules with a lot of pictures on what kind of legal play you can make. And as typical of North Star Games, all of our stuff is very simple, and essentially our motivation for this game was to take the climbing game genre like Tichu and Haggis and make it so that normal people could play it. Because those games are pretty complicated and we really like them, and we're like, well, how do we simplify something like Tichu, you know, kind of for the mass market, for your casual card game player.
So would you call this a trick-taking game or a climbing game?
Well, it's both.
Okay.
All right. The way the game works is the first way, there's 2 ways to score points. One is to get rid of the cards in your hand. Everyone's dealt 10 cards. And then you have bonus points depending on the number of players that are in the game, up to 6.
Okay.
Okay? So the first person out in the 6-player game will get 12 points, the next person would get 10. If you're only playing with 4 people, you just put out the 4 points. That's one way to score points. The other way to score points is to win clubs. The 1 of clubs, which is the lowest number, is worth 5 points. So the low clubs are worth more points. Going all the way up to the 15, which is the highest card in the deck, only worth 1. Okay, and that's Satish Pillalamari, in case anyone here at the Board Game Geek knows Satish. So, name of the game is to win tricks with clubs, but to also get rid of the cards in your hand. All right, so there's 2 competing things you're trying to do.
Okay, I can see how that is both trick-taking and climbing at the same time.
So that's the basic play of the. That's how you score. There's only 2 types of legal plays you can make. When you get the lead, you can lead cards of a kind. That's 1 of a kind. That's 2 of a kind, and so on. You can also play runs. So that would be a run. Runs can be as little as 2. They can go all the way up to 10 if you're dealt a 10-card run. I was playing with someone last night in our clubs tournament, had an 8-card run. So
nice.
You have to follow what's been led, the trick type that's been led. So if I lead a 2-card run, you have to play a 2-card run, but it just has to be higher. Tichu players will know all about that. If I lead a 4-card run, you have to play 4-card run. And the same thing with cards of a kind. So if I lead 2 of a kind, you have to play
a better 2 of a kind.
A better 2 of a kind. That's pretty much the game.
That is, I think, pretty acceptable, because I'm thinking when I first learned Tichu, when they start talking about the dragon, and at that point I was like,
Yeah, it gets, and there's kind of weird trick types in Tichu. Like runs have to be 5, and you have bombs, and you have like the step ladder things, and stuff nobody knows about. Like literally we play tested this, people didn't know what a full house was. You know, so we just try to make it as simple as possible, but give enough flexibility that strategic card game players will have a lot to think about.
Have you tried doing this with kids? Has it gone pretty?
We rate this as like 8, 10 and up. You know, any younger than that, they're probably not going to really understand the strategies very much.
But more accessible, definitely, to younger folks at least. Then.
Definitely. I mean, if kids can play hearts and spades, they can play clubs, as we say on the box. So, yeah, and we find that it's because it plays 2 to 6. A lot of trick takers don't. They only play like a set number of people.
Right.
Like 4.
Typically 4.
Right. So we wanted to expand it. You know, so a lot of, you know, you can play with 5, 3. You know, if you're waiting around for other people to finish their game, you know, it's your game group. You can open up a game of clubs. No matter the number of players, it always takes 30 minutes.
Yeah, which is, I know, and I like that your point spread there is just adjustable based on your
Right, because the more players, there's going to be more points, so you play fewer rounds, but the rounds take longer, so it always balances out to be 30 minutes. So, yeah, it's
almost like you planned it that way.
You know, shockingly, like, wow, how did they do that? You know, it took a lot of time to get the point values right and everything, but yeah, so we're excited about it. It's getting a great reception. Got great reception at Origins, Great reception here.
And here, we'll grab the box top one more time here to go.
At friendly local game stores near you. Clubs, it's only $14, so go pick it up.
All right. Well, thank you so much for stopping by
All
and
right,
showing us.
appreciate it.
clubs.
Thank you.
Now, why does it say Crazy Club?
Oh, we didn't talk about Crazy Clubs.
Oh, well, keep going.
All right. Do we want to talk about Crazy Clubs?
Sure.
All right. So I explained regular clubs.
Yeah.
It is in fact crazy. No, we're doing some demoing here, and people are like, okay, tell us about Crazy Clubs, and we played it, and they're like, that's crazy.
Hence the name.
Hence the name. The way it's the same mechanic, except you're not limited by the number. So if I'm playing one of a kind, you can beat it with two of a kind.
Okay.
But you can beat it with three of a kind. And the number. So if I play 15. Let's say we lead singles, I play 15. In normal clubs, that wins the trick because you can't beat a 15. In Crazy Clubs, you can play like 2 1s, and that would beat the 15.
Because it's more.
Because there's more cards.
More physical cards.
And the same thing with runs. So you can beat a 2-card run with a 3-card run.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
It's crazy. But we couldn't figure out which version we liked the most, so we put them both in there.
That is the kind of problem solving I like.
Yeah.
You can't choose between them. Let's
So
do
don't.
both. All right, even
Well,
better.
there you have
Two
it.
for the price of one.
Excellent. All right.
Well, thank you for stopping by.
No
I
problem.
appreciate
Thank you,
it.
guys.
Carol.